Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bench Talk with Temi. Today you're going to be hearing from Michelle Wilder, my first ever PT, person that probably introduced me to a lot of the stuff I'm doing right now and really got me on track when it comes to my physical fitness. This was a nostalgic one, so sit back, enjoy. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Thank you.
Oh, I love it.
This is such a full cycle moment for me specifically, but welcome, Michelle.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Tell us who you are.
I am your personal trainer from the very beginning. And I'm a HYROX coach now.
Yeah, fully certified, 100% legit. Like all of the HYROX trainers are fake. I'm joking. God, how many people have to stop with that statement? I think for me, it's a full cycle moment. I think if anyone can testify to my journey of being like, I call it an accordion, like up and down, literally, it would be you. So before we talk about you, which is what this is all about, let's talk about me. What was the first day I knocked at your door? What did you think?
Well, I'm sure you won't mind me saying you were not in a good place. Pretty broken, actually.
Yeah.
Low self-confidence, mourning the loss of your dad. Just completely lost.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll completely agree with that. I was very, very low. And I never used to count myself as somebody that had low confidence, actually, until it kind of transpired. And so I guess for those people that are out there that are that low, what's the job of a PT in that scenario?
I think just creating that environment where you feel safe and held. And also seeing the things in you that perhaps you can't see in yourself at that point and bringing them out.
Cool. And how did you do that for me? Because I want to know now, like, let the secrets out.
I think just for you, it was about giving you that space to really feel seen.
Yeah.
And just to be completely unapologetically you, really open. And I think that that's a really important thing to just support you in going through all of those feelings that you were going through and then showing you what actually was inside.
Yeah. I've got to say, why am I getting emotional? Take two. I have to say, I don't think I fully appreciated what safe space was until we met. I mean, everyone says it, like it's such a buzzword, it's such a buzzword, everyone uses it, safe space, but I think safe space within the world of fitness world was very much about allowing you just to be you, warts and all, without any like ceiling, and also giving you that like freedom to really be yourself and just having someone that has time for you, and I think if I look back, I think we talked about pretty much everything. And it never felt like, I was getting judged for either being a woman or being, sometimes quite masculine in my views on things, or being effeminate when I wanted to be, or being a Christian, or whatever it was. Like Michelle and the team were just amazing. And so I think for me, I will forever be grateful to you. And I know you're kind of like, oh no, it's all right, but honestly, I will forever be grateful. So for that, thank you. Thank you, sis. All right, let's go to the powerlifting piece. Emotions out of the way. Why the heck did you think I could lift weights?
Because as soon as I started training you, I realized pretty quickly that you were exceptionally strong, even for someone who's just starting out. And I thought, oh, this is something special here. So that's why I pushed you in that direction. quite roughly.
Oh my God, Michelle is not an aggressive person by any stretch of the imagination. But my God, when she said she pushed. It was literally, you're doing it, that's it. But I think it was actually for me, the opening up of a really great, I think that's where my confidence just soared even more. Even if I didn't win, in hindsight, I would have really, just the fact that I was able to do something for me and pull females out of that. It was amazing. It was amazing. But so, okay, moving on from all of that then, let's talk about you. I have done some stalking, and it's not as if I've never stalked you before. I have. But I don't think I've fully appreciated your transformations over the years. So I think, where's your happy place now? And what would you advise people should be their happy place, in terms of this journey of fitness? Because even with me now, you must have seen, I've gone big, small, slim. Even now, I love me now. Like, if I showed you my back, I'd be like, which one to show you? What's the happy place?
I think, yes, I've been on a big journey from obviously in the same position as you, coming out of like early motherhood, a little bit lost, finding fitness, using that as a way to rebuild my confidence. I then went into the aesthetic side of things, and you did a photo shoot with us as well. And I completely conditioned my body, like my physique was, and I was so proud of it, but honestly, I felt like shit.
Yeah.
And I think when you are doing photo shoots and you're doing all those cuts over and over again, and you can look your best, but you feel your worst. And I lost my period. I had loads of problems. Like I just felt like crap. And then I went into more hybrid fitness. I had a coach at the time, and he said, "Well, if you're sick of this and your body's not happy, let's go for a HYROX competition." And I hadn't even heard of HYROX. Like it was kind of in my periphery a little bit. He was like, "There's one in London in 12 weeks time, let's book it." And I did it, and I absolutely loved it. HYROX is like the perfect blend of community. Anyone can do it. I absolutely think it's so accessible for everybody. And the way that you feel, and now coaching loads of athletes and seeing them at the end of a HYROX, you just feel so fucking proud of yourself because it's such an amazing thing. And you're just like, fuck it, I've done a HYROX, I can do anything now.
Absolutely.
Shifting the focus from aesthetics to performance, I think especially for women, is massive.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at your body in terms of what it can do, not just what it looks like.
I think that is key, what it can do, not what it looks like. And I think that is probably the most pivotal thing for me, even for HYROX. I do love my strength and everything like that, but for me, it's like in HYROX, you don't give a damn about how you look. It's more about, you've got to deliver for me. So whatever you need to look like to do that,
exactly.
Do it. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I think it allows you to love yourself regardless. Like I've got a few more like fluffy bits, and I'm actually okay with the fluffy bits more than I ever have been in my entire life. So your love for HYROX obviously led to injury.
Yeah. The problem when you go from aesthetics and continually starving your body, basically, is that when you then shift to something as high intensity as HYROX training, you are still in an energy deficit. And as much as you try and eat to try and negate that, your body takes a lot of years to recover. And I had obviously some bone density issues. Going into HYROX, wasn't a runner. I ran maybe when I was at school, but since then I haven't run. So I just didn't have that kind of support in my lower limbs, as it were, to cope with the intensity
that you were putting on.
And so I ended up with 2 stress fractures. Ooh. One of them that was particularly bad, took 10 months to heal. And that's something that we really need to look at in hybrid sport with our women.
Yeah.
Because of the shift in the fitness industry, it's been so recent from aesthetics to hybrid sports. There's a lot of women who are still underfueling.
Yeah.
Or have chronically underfueled and now are starting to eat more, but we have to keep them safe and we need to be really careful with the legs, basically.
Oh my God, I think that is so poignant. I think what I realized as well when I did my first HYROX with you is the volume I had to eat to give me the energy to be able to perform on the day. And actually 5 HYROX in, I still am quite crap with fueling myself. From an energy perspective, I'm also quite conscious about injury because of my back. And there's some pre-existing things that we don't know. So I would always say, look, get yourself checked out first.
Yeah.
Make sure you know where your baseline is, and then build from there, which is something I've learned from you in terms of, look, always make sure you know where you're starting from. Otherwise, you go in with quite a lot of injury in the end. So I guess if anyone's interested in HYROX right now, they've probably heard of it. What would you tell them? How would you tell them to get into it? Tickets are hard as well out in these streets.
Yeah, obviously the ticket's a little bit easier to get if you're with an affiliate gym or an affiliate coach, but still quite tricky. But once you've got that ticket, you definitely should get someone who knows the sport to coach you, and not just someone who maybe is an athlete in the sport as well, because
I agree.
a lot of the athletes actually are amazing athletes, but they're not amazing coaches, or they might not understand the beginner because their world is just so different. You need to increase the intensity with care, you need to make sure you're fueling correctly, and you need to do your prehab. So all of those little boring exercises around, you know, all of the big, fun, cool stuff. So we really need to look after our legs. When I was at HYROX last season, I can't tell you how many girls I saw in boots. So I think it's a massive issue, and it's something that really needs to be,
really looking into.
We've got to be really careful with it. So make sure you've got a good coach. And also the other thing with HYROX training is that we need to look at the intensity. So a lot of people go to classes, like HYROX class every day. The intensity's up here all the time, but really you want to shift it so you're training about 20% high intensity and 80% low intensity.
Gotcha.
So that's all your zone 2. I mean, I'm banging on about zone 2 all the time. Zone 2 is so important and should make up the majority of your training. Just building the engine, building those foundations, and the high intensity stuff and the skills that can come a bit later.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. Now let's have some fun.
Okay, good.
If you were a robot, and you were a house bot, so you're a maid bot.
Okay.
This is going really
Where's
left very
going?
quickly. And now you have been hacked, and you were at home with your lovely wife, right? But she's not your wife in this scenario.
Where's this
And
going,
now you're
Tony?
like, I know, I'm just forming it in my head. So you're a servant bot, maid bot, that sounds really bad, but you know, you're a maid bot, you're in your home, it's Grats in the house, right? And then you finally come alive because someone's hacked you, right? What's the first thing that you would do? Seeing Grats maybe eating. Sounds so freaking weird, but go for it.
The first thing that I would do?
So you're alive now. You're like, oh, you've got consciousness. And then you see this person that you've been serving for the last, let's say 18 months.
I would definitely want a role reversal. I would be all about the power. And I would make sure that she knew that the robot was in charge now.
Amazing. Sorry, Graham.
She'd love it.
Being bossed around. Awesome. Oh my God, Michelle, this has been so great. I know, it's so random. Like, I don't know how I thought about that. But this has been so great. I think it's cathartic. I feel like it could be a longer session. But I think I also just wanted to use this to say thank you. I know I've said it a lot of times, and you know, I haven't been like on Michelle's training for a long time, but I have been sustained in such, you know, even in that length of time. I'm running with someone at the moment, and it's so nice to see that, okay, I get all of that because the foundation has been so nicely laid. So thank you, my love.
Aww.
Last thing, I'm always asking the next person to ask the next person a question. And the reason I did the whole bot thing is because I can't remember the last question the next person wanted me to ask you. Sorry. So what question would you want to ask the next person?
The question that I ask everyone: if you woke up tomorrow and money wasn't an object, borders weren't an object, there was no constraint on what you could choose to do, what would your dream be and what would you do?
That's a good one. And I don't think I'd forget that for the next person. So, Michelle, thank you so much for your time today. Go train. I'll see you later. You get off and go. Bye, moi. Give me a hug.